flex me a bad body. Say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to iBoxingHub. If you're new to this channel, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring your Truly Tre X. What's good?
Yes, cuz. Big up to you and big up to the whole of the community. Thank you, everyone that's tuned in to another end of week roundup. And this is episode 187, cuz. Not far off 200. Looking fresh as well, cuz, man. So big up to you and big up to the family there as well. And before we get into the show, here's a quick word from our sponsors, D-Rock Clothing. Yes, people. So that's D-Rock in association with iBoxingHub. So make sure you utilize the discount code, which is iBoxingHub24, and you get 40% off everything. So if you like what I'm wearing, if you liked what my cousin was wearing during the shadow boxing, of course, just head over to the description and utilize that discount code. Cause it's another roundup, another one. It's another one. It's another boxing roundup. So big up to you, cuz. And yeah, let's get down to business, man. What are you saying? It's been a crazy week. Looking fresh as well.
You look fresh yourself, man. Let's start on.
Like you, man.
Don't worry, man. I'm trying to be like you. I'm gonna go that fade back again.
Oh, no, big up, man. No, big up to you. Big up to Ryan as well, man.
Big up, Rob. Friday's event. We had all females event, boxing event that took place at the Royal Albert Hall. To be fair, it was actually a good event. You know, I rate Ben Shalom. That was actually, it was good, really, really good. You know, the good thing about it, it wasn't pay-per-view either. You know, so respect to him. Okay, there's two fights I want to talk about that, you know, that caught my attention. It was Caroline Dubois and obviously, of course, the main event. I mean, what's your thoughts on Caroline Dubois' performance? Look, she done enough to win, but she seemed like she struggled a bit. But again, her coach said that she had a virus during camp. What's your thoughts?
Big up to Roy saying no bet today due to fasting. I'll get dehydrated. No, big up to you. And Royal Albert Hall, my own venue. No, big up to you, Ra. Caroline not looking convincing. Yes, so just a brief one, cuz Caroline Dubois, I think in that fight, she boxed in a way where she didn't have to, but I think it was good experience for her to box the way she ended the fight, man, because there's going to be fights where it's going to be a war. It's going to be just, you got to grit your teeth and do what you got to do. It wasn't convincing to the eye to most, but I think she did what she needed to do in that fight to obviously get that result. And because at the end of the day, I think, you know, she is showing why, you know, this is the future of British boxing from a female perspective. And not even just from a female's perspective. I don't like to separate the two worlds. For British boxing in general, there's a talent in Dubois, and I think she'll learn a lot from this fight. And the question I wanted to ask you and to the rest of the community is, who is next for Sweet Caroline, man? What are you saying, next, man? Is she going to stay, unify, undisputed, or is she going to move up for a big fight? Like, you tell me if you're a manager right now.
You know what? It really comes down to a management team and her coach, because her coach knows her best. I mean, look, she's currently the WBC champion. I want her to defend that title again to a credible opponent. Don't get me wrong, the opponent she fought, I didn't know her, but that was a good opponent. I want somebody with a high profile, and then from there, you know, we can judge whether or not if she should stick to her division or move up.
Yeah, no, definitely, cuz. And for me, uh, I think it's the best thing. Just she's young still, so she, she's got a lot that she needs to, focus on in terms of coming undisputed. Raz obviously alluding to her mandatory Turhan is dangerous, cuz. Ooh, so I think Eddie signed her so he could force it. Cuz, what do you think? Eddie signed Turhan so he could put this fight between both of them, man.
I'm still rooting for Sweet Caroline. I don't look. She's got a lot to prove, and she's proven already, and she's still young. Do you know what I mean? She's still young, and she's a champion. So we have to put respect on her name. I mean, I know her opponent, her mandatory opponent, is a tough opponent, but I think Sweet Caroline got this. And I feel that she can unify the division. That's only if she wants to stay at this weight class. Because usually me, I'm always an underdog. I'm always rooting for the underdog. But for this one thing, there's something about her, I reckon that, she's basically like a female version of Dubois.
Yeah. It's something in the blood, man, for sure, in that DNA. They are warriors, man. Her brother's been able to show it. And also in that fight, we've been able to see Caroline also show that grit as well. Even though it was unneeded, I know from a boxing perspective, it wasn't nice. But let's see. Ooh, Lucy's saying Turhan knocked the hell out of Shauna Brown in that fight. Ooh. So big up to Lucy all the way from the States, just getting involved. We appreciate you. She can't move up after talking all about being undisputed. So, cuz, look, the people are talking. What you saying?
Wow, just stay at that division, that weight class, isn't it? Defend your title, win all the titles, and then it's up to her whether she wants to move up or she wants to retire. Boxing's a tough sport.
Boxing is a tough sport, cuz, but at the same time, there are fighters out there that, through the training, through the sacrifices, for everything that they've been able to do, they make it look easy as well. And look, Lucy's calling for it. Terry Harper and Ferreira as well. These are names that should happen as well, because there has been a back and forth between Terry Harper and Dubois. So, there's something up there.
I would like to see that fight, Terry Harper and Dubois. Yes, don't get me wrong, Ross. She's 24, but look, if she's unified the division and she no longer wants to do it no more, she's got nothing else to prove. Think about it. And remember, women's division is completely different to men's division in terms of the weight class. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, cuz I definitely agree with you. And like what Lucy's saying out there, there's potential opponents like Rianne Dixon, man. So it's gonna be a big one. And big up to Eric as well, Crossroads in Boxing with CJ. So people, make sure you tuned in every Thursday. And he's obviously saying, checking in, family, hit that like button, people. So people, hit that like, people. Just hit that like, man. We need it, we appreciate it, and we do these shows just for you, man. But cuz we need to get down to the main event briefly, man. We need to get down to the main event, man. What you saying? It was
it was a bit horrible to watch. I watched a bit of it. If I'm honest, I watched a bit of it. I just thought it was one-sided. At the same time, you can just tell who was hungry and who wasn't really hungry. Do you know what I mean? I know there's a big 10 years age gap, but again, like, look, Natasha Jonas, she's done it all. She's achieved it all. Do you know what I mean? So the way I see it, like, look, it's like passing the torch on to the younger, But Price, her speed, like, she's on point.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up to Carmi. Big up. Thank you so much for tuning in all the way from the States. Big up to you. And Jonas really disappointed me, but people are not happy, man. Look at Price's shoulders. Strong. I know she's solid, man. Younger, bigger, stronger, faster, winner.
Yeah, she wanted it more.
Plus,
yeah. And the thing is, look, she did, but I don't know. I mean, look, even if I'm saying a big if there were a rematch, the outcome will still be the same. There's levels to this, and I was disappointed in the performance, but sometimes, look, maybe it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes, boy, you have a bad day in the office, but that what I saw on Friday, what Price displayed is just like, yeah, she's a threat in that division. Like, dude, she's serious and she's humble, but she's tough. She's tough. She's tough. It was one side. I mean, look, there wasn't a point where I could have scored Natasha Jonas. I don't know, because it wasn't competitive. It was literally one-sided. You know, it seemed like the hunger wasn't there from Jonas. But at the same time, I don't blame her, because look, she's 40. She's done it all. She's got nothing else to prove. Do you know what I mean? She's got nothing else to prove. So the way I see it, yeah, if she was to retire today, well done, champ. Keep your head up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. Everyone's just pretty much just getting involved in the chat. Just big up to everyone. Thank you. Making this show tremendous with your energy. So big up. Two big welters, both abrasive personalities. That's what Ra's obviously saying about two fighters. So Tasha didn't win a round, Ra. She couldn't handle the level of pressure. Eric saying Price stayed in gear 2. She didn't need to do much. And Price versus Sandy would be brutal as well. And Jonas gets stopped in a rematch. Ooh, this is mad. And big up El Rico. Yeah. Big up, bro. Big up.
Gear 2. Imagine she went to gear 5, 6, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, I feel like there was respect in that fight as well. There was respect on behalf of Price. Yeah, it was. Look, this is just me being honest. But then again, I've got time for Natasha. You know, big up Natasha. Do you know what I mean? You know, so yeah, with that there. Fortunately, you know, she got the L. But hey, look, look, just watching that performance there, because I remember there was talks about in the past Natasha fighting Clarissa Shields, and you know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the outcome would have been worse than what we saw on Friday, but yeah.
No, it's true. Cuz man, obviously big up to you. And Lucy's obviously making a good point here as well, that Jonas went way up in weight to get the title. She'll probably be at lightweight like Terry Harper, and Lauren Price is a legit welterweight, which is true. Lauren Price like the final boss of Butch Lesbians. Tasha didn't. You know what? We got to just give credit to Price, man, because Price, I think Eric also said it as well. She just boxed tremendously, and I think she also made new fans as well, because fighting someone like a legend in the sport, in Tasha Jonas, I think she's the future Hall of Famer. So having that kind of name on your CV kind of sets you up for the big fights. And I think Ra also said it about her versus Sandy Ryan. I think that would be a good fight, but it would be a good fight depending on what happens with Maya and Sandy Ryan as well. Like, because you've got to put what's going to happen with that situation there as well. So let's see, man. Let's see. But big up to Price once again. Big up to Price, but big up also to Natasha Jonas. So whatever she does after this, she's done her part for the sport. And Price gets the winner of Maya versus Ryan 2, and maybe Jonas gets the loser, especially if it's Maya as well. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see.
Yeah, I saw an article today. I think they said that Jonas is considering retirement. I don't know how true it is, but so I don't even know if we'll get to see her Maya. But hey, that's what it is, man. But I wanted to briefly move on to the Bivol situation with the WBC. So
yes.
So Benavidez is next in line to fight Bivol for the WBC belt. So this means if he fights Benavidez, we won't see the trilogy between him and Bertabiv. However, Turki Al-Sheikh, I don't think he wants any involvement on this mandatory, because he's saying like, look, you already know, fighting Bertabiv, we're getting paid more money. This mandatory, you ain't. But if he rejects the mandatory, am I right in saying they then strip him from the WBC belt?
Yep, and then the interim gets elevated, which is Benavidez. So let's
that then sorry to cut their cost, and that then just ruins the whole pie. But then, because if he was to have a trilogy with Bertabiv, it won't be for the undisputed. It'll just be for the belts that's left. Do you think that's fair? Well, boxing ain't fair, but do you think it's fair?
Yeah, that's obviously one of the reasons why, and I think this is kind of going into our next topic, which we'll talk about even more better. Uh, does it make sense now to, have all of these belts and organizations, have it into one boxing league so that there's only one rule in terms of if a certain fighter needs to fight this, you're just getting the best fighting the best. You're getting none of these because of this sanctioning and stuff like that. I want to kind of just get your thoughts on that as well, because I know it wouldn't be fair. Look, let's be honest. If he fought well, he became undisputed, and he has every right to, choose who he should fight next, man, because he's the champion. Should he do a voluntary, or should he fight who is mandatory? So mandatory is obviously Benavidez. Voluntary would be the trilogy. What makes more money sense? The trilogy. But it's up to, His Excellency at the end of the day, man. I think he
is it up to Turkey or is it up to Bivol and his team? Because the way I see it, yeah, everybody wants to see a trilogy because it's 1-1. Yeah. So that means Benavidez, he could potentially fight Smith.
Yep.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, so I agree. I agree with Kami. I agree with Kami here, man. I agree.
Well, Canelo's Mexican, right?
Yep.
And the WBC,
Mexicans.
Yes, I listen. It's a tricky one because I'm just trying to think. So it's decision time. So basically, if he rejects the offer, they vacate the belt. So then that means he can still fight Beterbiev for the unification, and then maybe, just maybe, Callum Smith can challenge Benavidez the WBC.
Okay, no, I feel you. Cause
and the winner gets to challenge whoever wins out of Bivol Beterbiev. Do it all in one card. That makes sense to me. Callum Smith is talking about another shot at the title. So if they give it to Benavidez, he needs to fight someone credible. Callum Smith. Let's have it.
Oh, look, even Ross saying, don't the WBC allow Mexicans to use gear under the cover of Mexican beef? You know what? Ra, we don't know, man. It's all conspiracies and stuff like that, man. But boy, it's just one of those things, man. At the end of the day, look, it would be hilarious if the WBC stripped Bivol for not fighting Benavidez when they let Canelo not fight Benavidez. Look, Lucy's on the same wavelength as Kami, because look, why are they so eager to strip Bivol but not Canelo? And look, Rico's saying because Canelo is Irish, I think Rico's.
But then again, like maybe they want to make Benavidez the WBC champion. Do you know what I mean? I think, look, it just makes sense if obviously it's up to him. If he doesn't fight him, give him the title, fight Callum Smith, win out Callum Smith, and then fights, the winner of Bivol Beterbiev. It makes sense.
Maybe Turkey got peed off with the WBC because they didn't give Hamza the win. You know what? All corrupt. That's all. You know what? We got that. Adam's done his thing, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, we got to give Adam his respect. But who knows? Who knows? I think Turkey. I was saying that I think he holds the power in terms of the paying financial power. As in, look, he could say, look, how much do you want? And he could make it happen from that perspective. But from a commercial perspective, I think the better fight would be the Beterbiev, but I wouldn't want him to lose that belt, man. Like, he's worked so hard for it. Like, just to strip someone that's worked you saw the celebrations. You saw how Eddie, Matchroom, like the whole of his team was celebrating. They can't strip him. Like, give the man a pass for the next one, man, at least, man. Let him choose what he wants to do.
Well, we have to wait and see.
You just have to wait and see, man. Yeah.
So What's your? I know everybody's talking about it. The big topic, the boxing league. Some people are saying yes, they agree with it, they're happy with it. Some people are saying no, they don't agree with it, they're not happy with it. I mean, the ones who are not happy with it because they'll probably lose out on a job. But what's your initial thoughts on it? Like, do you think it can? Do you think it can work?
You know what? I think we kind of obviously spoke about it briefly on our previous pods, but what I will say is it will be interesting to see how they could put this together, because with these two obviously fighting, they're obviously trying to put the vision of the best fighting the best. So potentially, I know Pereira lost last night, for example, but we could be seeing, because of this partnership, a Pereira Usyk in their kind of last fight, and I wouldn't mind a Usyk fighting a Pereira in his final fight in that kind of situation. But in terms of the league itself, I just don't know how it would work in terms of giving other people the opportunity to become champion. Because when there's four different belts, for example, there's different routes for guys to be champion. Whereas if it's just one, it's just going to narrow the path for fighters to become number one. So it just makes it a little bit harder, man. Just for me.
No, I totally agree. That's what I was thinking. It's just it's a tough one, because I just feel that it's kind of, it'll be unfair for the boxers that join this league. Don't get me wrong. The reason why I say unfair, because the ones now who've won the belts, who become undisputed, they've generated so much money. But then I suppose, on the other hand, on this boxing league, the positive thing would be that they would only have to pay one sanctions fee, not many, to all of these other governing bodies. So there's a pro and con to it, but I just don't know how it's going to work. Like I said, that let's just say, for example, okay, let's just use heavyweight, the rankings. Let's just say top 20, number 20. How long is it going to take him, the person who's ranked at number 20? How long is it going to take that person to get to even number 10? Do you know what I mean? How's it going to work? Because I'm looking at it like this way. Like, it's like, obviously I don't really watch football, but it's like Premier League. Do you know what I mean? You know, points and this and that. You know, so Man U could be first, they could draw, whatnot, go into second. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to figure out, how's it going to work? I mean, how does it work for UFC? I mean, I don't watch UFC, but I watch the big fights. But how does it work?
Yeah, with UFC, so the idea, look, I'm not much of an MMA person myself, but one thing I do understand with Dana White is he creates this concept of the best fighting the best. There's only one champion in each division. So if this person is the champion, there's no, this person's WBC, this person's WBA, this person's IBF. It's just one person. So whoever is the champion in that division, that person's the king. So I believe that they're trying to bring this concept over here. In terms of paying sanctioning fees, that's not going to be a situation, because the ring, no one pays sanctioning fees for that. And then, you know, the undisputed title or whichever belt they're going to put, I'm sure there's not going to be any sanctioning fees for that, man. So it's just going to be a pure league.
With this league, so the champion, right? Am I right in saying the champion will be the undisputed champion? So one belt, that one belt, who's a champion is classed as undisputed champion.
I would believe so. Yeah, I would believe so. Yeah. I don't think they will be paying any. Yeah, exactly. I agree. And well, it's clear that already some fighters are not taking part, which is true. Obviously, Tank, we know his situation with His Excellency. We don't know what can happen in that, but there are a lot of people that's involved in it as well. So how would it affect the promoters as well? We heard little rumors that Eddie could be, you know, thinking about retirement moving forward. But is that because of the direction boxing's moving, or is it just, look, he just wants to spend some more time with the family, delegate it maybe to a Frank Smith, who, you know, heads up Matchroom, who's currently the managing director at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, man.
It'll be, do you know what? I don't know. Until it happens, then I can talk about it. But I'm just trying to figure out, how's it going to happen? So how many people are they going to have in one league? How many boxes? Is it going to be 20? Is it going to be 10? Is it going to be, I don't know, 50? You know, I don't know. And then I suppose people, like I said, like domestic level, European level, they have to qualify to get into the world level. And then they might not be good enough in the world level. Well, obviously it happens now, but it's just mad. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, the good news is that what's his name? I'm hearing that Fabio Audley is going to be fighting Ulev for the is it for the regular title, WBA regular?
Yeah, because and the maddest thing as well, cause is I keep reminding people because you kind of said this years ago that you see him as the next heavyweight champion, and now it's kind of manifesting into that. Ward Lee, I think that situation is perfect for him because the fact that he's growing in but situations like this, if you remove the belts and the other bodies, you won't be getting scenarios like this, cuz that Wardley would be in like the queue to be champion would be crazy. So I'm old school. I'm not gonna lie, I know it's confusing for fans when they look at this and the interims and stuff like that, but I think they can brush it up. I think they can brush it up.
Do you know what? Just had an idea. The best way they can do this league is if they do what's that event thing he was doing? What's the man? It was I think it was the super middleweight.
Oh, the Super Six, yeah, Super Six.
So basically, so I'm only talking about heavyweights because I love heavyweights. So if they could do a Super Six, so basically it's not for a title, no, but it's more to qualify for the heavyweight division. I think that's the way it makes it more juicy.
Yeah.
Rather than throwing random names, because like I said, look, just the other day, Martin McCauley was the boogeyman, and then obviously he lost, and he's lost his position. So it's just like now everyone's like, whatever, So yeah,
that's mad. Look, cuz man, Pulev will probably be 44 years old by the time they fight. Woo! But he's the regular champion, Lucy, man. So we got to put the age to the side. And look, Wardley, I think he's doing the right thing by just going in that route. Hopefully he stays at that route so that whatever happens when the belts get fragmented, if he's currently holding that regular title, he gets upgraded and he becomes full champion, and then that's where the games begin really. And Frank starts his takeover, cuz man, because Frank Warren, he's got the heavyweights, man. He's got what you love, cuz he's got the division that you love, cuz he's got them. That's why he's got this smile right here, man. He's loving life. Daniel Dubois, IBF champion, and then you've got potentially Wardley that's pushing in the WBO right, and then you got the sensation, the young talent of Atuma, who potentially in the next few years could be champion as well. I know a lot of people are talking about his Mike Tyson record that he's chasing, man, but let the kid just have some time, do what he needs to do, and develop, man, because he's a talent right there. I wouldn't want them to rush him.
Got a question for you and the viewers just before we go.
Yeah.
Now, Eddie Heard is saying that they're in talks with Triple D's camp. They want to make that rematch with Dubois and AJ because it generates serious money. Oh. Should he risk it for a biscuit? Or should he
you know what it's like? It's like we used to watch WWE, man. It's like The Undertaker. You've done so many finishes on him, and he just keeps rising up. And I just feel that this is like Red AJ's situation right now, man. He's keep rising up, and he wants, to become champion. And I rate the credit and the drive still, but I think after a loss like that, cuz I think just take a step back, man.
But do you know what? Because the last time Dubois and AJ fought was actually September, so they haven't actually fought. Dubois was supposed to fight Boyo, so maybe he's ready now because he was quote unquote injured. Maybe he's ready now for this rematch. But I if I was Camp Dubois, I'd be like, nah, not interested. I know the money might be serious, but remember Dubois, he's got an opportunity to fight Usyk, correct his wrongs, and become the next undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, one of the youngest one in this generation. So I will probably say no. I'll probably tell AJ to go through a different route, but yeah, that's just my opinion.
No, you're 100% right, cousin. I agree with you completely. I just feel that maybe if I'm Dubois, like you said, cuz I think it just makes sense. If Usyk is saying, look, I've got 2 more fights left, I want Dubois next. That's what he's saying. I don't know if that's going to be the situation. And let's say after the Dubois, you're going to do the Pereira fight as an exhibition or whatever. After that, you know, the belts will be separated. I don't know when the league is thinking about being created, man. But during that time, you've got an opportunity to pick up all the belts, man. So, yeah, it's a good opportunity. I think even AJ has a better chance of picking up one of those other belts that potentially could be fragmented. So during that time, you know, you can have some proper fights. Not saying like he's done or not disrespecting him at all. I'm saying maybe just different route, man. I
just hope Fury comes out of retirement and let's just have it. Then that's it. Just call it a day, because it's just, do you know what? It's just getting long. It's just the hype and everything just died out now, you know. So I'm looking forward to the Eubank and Junior fights, and the Canelo fight and the Timo Lopez fight. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, cuz man, it was a egg-tastic press conference. I just can't lie, man. I'm looking forward to just boxing in general, cuz, and we obviously need to know what's happening between, you know, Tank and Lamont Roach. Obviously, apparently they still declared it a draw, you know, after the check, stuff like that, man. And we don't know what the next situation is. Just before you go, cuz, man, now that we know that it's a draw now, are you, let's say if you're on Tank's team, for example, are you pushing for him to go for that rematch maybe? Or are you saying, you know what, that was cool, maybe we should just go for like a Shakur or something, and, you know, because he's talking about retirement, maybe just get those big fights done now and, you know, just call it quits. What are you saying, man? What I'm saying is, like, look, it was a good fight. It's a good fight, and unfortunately it was a draw. Now, Shakur has publicly said that he'll give Roach an opportunity. I think if that's the point, then I think Roach should take that. I think he should go for Shakur, because that's all the WBC. And I think Tank should fight Keyshawn Davis. And then I think after that, winner takes all. I mean, because I'm not too sure what's going on with Lomachenko. So I'm going to say with that, that's the route I'll go.
Yeah, it's such a shame, Matt, with Lomachenko as well, because I can't remember who says it best. I think it's our brother Ra, man. He says that these guys are holding up the division when they're champion and there's no activity. So they're kind of
surprised that IBF hasn't been knocking on his door.
That's what I'm saying.
And this is one of the reasons why I kind of understand why they want to create the boxing league, because of things like this.
Yes, you know what? Because you said it best, man. I think this is one of the reasons why, because it's like, as a champion, you can kind of play it tactical in a way where I'm paying them a sanctioning fee, so I could kind of take the mick, man, a bit. Like, I'm paying you this. Let me just go for this fight. It's more money. It's more commercial. Whereas, you know, boxing should be the best fighting the best, and you're testing yourself, man. That's why one of the reasons why I respect, you know, some of the legends of the past is because they fight the best. They test themselves. So it's just interesting to see what will happen, of course. And they're having an interim championship fight for Lomachenko. Ooh, yeah, it makes sense. And it's getting me fed up of these old men, which is true. And I think until October to fight the winner of. Okay, no, it's fair. It's okay.
Wait.
I think it's done. Yep.
Okay.
Loma's done.
Yeah, man.
Crazy, cuz. But yeah, man. Now, big up to you, cuz. Obviously, you know, another Sunday roundup. It's always a pleasure, you know, talking to my cousin, because this is family. This is like a family conversation talking about boxing, but we're getting you guys involved as well. We're getting the community involved. This is a regular thing that we're doing for you guys. So if there's any ideas or collaborations, just head over to our socials. Don't be afraid to send us a DM. We're more than happy to, collaborate, work with different people and different stuff as well. Obviously, just a quick shout out also to Box Nation. They obviously done their event over the weekend, streamed live at York. Also, Ezra Taylor, who we've had in the channel, Sean Noakes were, headliners for that as well. So big up to AdFest as well, working with Aaron. So we're doing some tremendous work, to bring some brands, to Box Nation. So we've got that little collaboration. So I appreciate being in that world. And cuz, just let the people know, what will you be doing in terms of content? I know you got some special stuff, man, that potentially could be,
well, I've joined the boxing gym, funny enough. Yeah, listen,
entertainment's here.
Boxing circuit ain't easy, man. Trust me. Like I prefer boxing gym than the actual gym training, but trust me, the levels there is different. It's different, but I'm enjoying it. But like I always say, people, we've got a lot to give. Thank you for your support. Keep tuning in. We're growing. Well, we actually are growing.
Thanks to the people, guys.
Hopefully have a special guest very soon, cuz. Yeah, very soon. Very soon.
Yeah, no, definitely. And look, Lucy's loving it. Good for you, BMG. She's loving it because she knows.
I just found out I'm a southpaw.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Southpaw as well, cuz, yeah? Nah, the heavyweights won't like you, man. The heavyweights won't like you, cuz, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, guys, look, thank you for tuning in. You guys have a lovely, productive week. We shall see you again on Wednesday. Peace and love.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flips me a bag, so